Network Entertainment.
Hi girls
And boys, kami ang
Lady Bosses!
Mga sisteralets!
CR tayo. Let's go!
We have here again Chino as a guest host.
Yes.
Dahil ang aming isang guest pa ay Chinese din. Ay, kailangan. Ganun ba yun?
Napaka-racist ng Lady
So si
Bosses.
Kesler Go is a good friend of mine from college. And he's also now an astrologer.
Yeah, no, I'm
On the side.
technically I'm a feng shui consultant.
Feng Shui consultant.
So it covers also Chinese astrology.
Okay.
So, well, tuloy naman.
Okay. So you started as in Feng Shui.
It has always been fun for me. It has
Okay.
always been parang
So it's
has
fun-
always been
it's feng
interesting.
shui.
Fun shui.
Sure.
So parang sobrang interesting siya ever since like high school. Yeah. Tapos nung pandemic, I decided to really study.
Okay.
No. So usually kasi I wasn't traveling anymore. So sa bahay lang wala ang ginagawa. So I started enrolling online, no. So I took parang a 1-year course and then several 1-year courses. And then after that I found my teacher in Hong Kong, no. So he teaches kasi in English. So I approached him to study. So yun, so I spent some time in Hong Kong to study with him for feng shui and bazi, which is astrology. No? So that's the Chinese version of astrology.
Specific.
Yes, it's a very Chinese. Yeah, it's a very Chinese concept. No, yan yung every Chinese New Year. Those born in the year of the dragon. Those born in the year of the horse, etc., etc. So usually yon. So that's how Chinese astrology works. No, so there's what we call an earthly branch, which is the animal sign, and then there's a heavenly stem, which we call yun yung element.
Fire.
Yeah, fire, earth, Captain Planet. Parang ganun siya. Tapos yun.
Tsaka airbender.
Yun.
Yeah,
Pwede rin
air.
airbender. Pero walang air.
Walang air
Yeah,
sa Chinese
Walang
astrology.
air.
Bakit
Oo,
wala?
yes.
Bakit wala?
So in Western, parang air, water, earth, and
Fire.
fire. Right, dapat yun. So sa Chinese, it's wood, metal, earth, water. Hala? Kulang na isa.
The
Earth,
fire,
metal, fire, wood,
and
water.
Oh, kasi nahahanap siya sa hardware store.
Joke
Joke yan.
Negosyo talaga
Invisible.
yan.
Maybe air because it's not visible. You can't really like,
Probably, oo.
it's not tangible.
Or
so you
it's
don't
free.
include
Or
it.
it's free.
Importante yung wood eh. Plywood yun eh.
Oo nga, plywood yun.
For those,
Yung metal, yung yero sa bahay.
correct.
Diba?
Pang warehouse. Oh.
Talagang business-minded kami mga
Business-minded
Chinese.
talaga. Maaga pa lang. 1,000 years ago pa lang. Medyo alam na nila yan.
So, for example, because I gave you the birthday of K, how do you read it depending on the birth date
Okay.
and time
Sandali.
of
Dala ko yung
birth?
listahan ko eh.
Kasi you combine the year because of the animal element, ano tawag doon? Animal
Yes.
factor. Tas yung second is,
Kasi parang
The
for
element.
Kay, parang, well, her day master. So, when we look at bazi or the 4 pillars of destiny that they call, no, parang your year pillar, the year that you were born, it represents something. The month that you were born, meron din siyang animal sign. No? And then the day you were born, meron pa rin. Tapos the day and even up to the hour. That's why importante yung hour. No? So, for me, okay, so this is how I would interpret. I would always begin my readings with talking to the client or talking to my client, basically. Ano yung day master? So the concept of day master is basically the energy of the day that you were born on. No. So anong klaseng
depend
energy?
where you were born also.
No,
Not
not
necessarily. Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
No, so it becomes a little bit more critical yung location. Depende kasi siya sa time of the month. Kasi minsan nagko-cross ka to another month, nagko-cross ka to a different. So yun, nagbabago kasi yun. But usually we don't really, because we follow parang basta kung anong day yun, day na lang ganun.
Okay.
Most most teachers will just say that. No? Hindi na kailangan mag-compute. Some do. But for me, I really don't know.
Okay.
So for Kate, her day master is like a young wood day master. No? So pag sinabi kasing young wood day master, this is the energy of the day. No? So nung pinanganak ka, people like this are usually very principled daw. Principled ba? Very principled,
Wala siyang alam tungkol sa-
very growth-oriented. No, very growth-oriented, growth-minded. No? Kasi para siyang malaking puno. No? So it always grows up. So it's very growth-oriented. It's very principled.
Wag mong bitawan, Chino.
In a way, I also say that people born with this kind of day master, they tend to be very protective. Kasi if you imagine a big tree, malaki yung branches niya eh. So lahat ng nasa ilalim, you're very protective. You could be very rigid though. No? So medyo may pagka-stubborn. Tapos
my
like big
God.
trees, no? Like big trees, they also have big roots, no? So sometimes you hold on to outdated beliefs or you hold on to sama ng loob. So
Lalim pala nun, no?
so may parang ganon. So we look at the visuals of what a big tree looks like and then start intuitively also talking about basically what comes na lang rin. But usually meron kasi okay. So I'm not very fluent in Chinese. So I have a hard time reading.
Okay.
No. But there are like texts. Yung may mga poems sila. Yung mga classical poems ng Chinese ang hirap eh. So usually, doon kasi yon. That's how it was written before. Like long time ago. It was written that way. That's why yun yung interpretation ng present day interpretation of that. So how was that naman? Medyo nakikita mo naman yung sarili mo dun sa sinabi ko.
Lalo yung protective.
Oo nga,
Lalo
nakikita
ngayon,
ko yun.
dalawa na yung kids ko.
Tsaka yung stubborn.
Oo nga.
Pagiging stubborn.
Oo.
Di, tsaka yung protective. Kasi pag ako tingin ko kay Kay, pag kaibigan ka na. But you have to earn it.
Pero actually, medyo pareho kayo eh.
Stubborn ka din eh.
Matigas din ulo mo.
Oh my God, totoo. Oo.
Because you actually you were born on the same day, Master. You also have a young Earth Day Master.
Para sa hindi nakakakita, it's complicated. Look at the data.
Puro graph.
Yeah, may mga
generated from
graph.
graph.
Nakikita ko nga parang mahjong eh.
Mahjong time.
Tapos some like feng shui consultants, like or patsa consultants, will also look at your elemental makeup.
What is my elemental makeup?
So makeup mo?
Ay, makeup.
Hindi ko alam.
Maybelline.
Maybelline.
Mac.
Everbelena.
Kukuryo.
Uy, Kukuryo.
Shin Chansu.
So, pang-peklat yun, di ba?
Hindi naman.
Ano yung pang-peklat?
Actually,
Sebo de macho.
hindi, marami kang metal, no? You're a very heavy marami kang metal sa chart mo. And fire also.
Hindi ba siya clashing pag metal and fire?
coins.
It
Oo,
clashes.
kasi tinutunaw yung
Yeah,
metal.
basically yun. It's actually that's how the concepts around Patsa or Chinese astrology go by. It starts with wood. Wood becomes fire. No?
So nagbabago din.
Tapos si fire, hindi,
Parang
that's
how
how
it
you
complements.
understand the concepts around it. So
okay.
si fire will become earth kasi, di ba? Tapos si earth will become metal. Metal becomes water. Then babalik siya from water, magiging wood. So it's a cycle. But there are
Very resourceful mga Chinese. No?
kaya nga, that's probably one of the reasons why, despite studying, I also tried to study Western astrology, Leo, Pisces, and all of that. Hanggang ngayon, hindi ko pa nga siya memorize eh.
Okay.
I mean, I couldn't.
So complicated.
Kahit na, hindi lang siya nagsisink in sa akin.
I see.
Medyo siguro, yun nga, being Chinese, yung brain ko mas hindi siya wired for that. So I tried studying. I went to several teachers. I studied online. Parang pag pinalista mo sa akin yung Western astrology, hindi ko talaga siya malista. Hindi ko siya malista in order. I couldn't complete all the 12 for some reason. Pero pag sinabi mo sa akin Chinese zodiac, parang I could rattle it off in my sleep. Parang normal na sa akin yun. Pero kasi yung nanay ko nung bata ako, yun yung ginagamit niyang para tahimik. Hindi kami mag-away sa kotse. Kasi my mom used to make us like do multiplication tables. sa car para hindi kami mag-away magkakapatid. And then, after that, nung medyo sawa na kami sa multiplication table, pinamemorize niya sa amin in Hokkien, yung 12 zodiacs naman.
Ano ba kayo magkakapatid?
5 kami.
Okay.
Yeah. So kaya medyo, I guess up to now, medyo nandun na talaga ang core
one per
memory siya.
element.
Yeah.
Or this, what you're doing now, make more sense to you than
Yeah,
the
it
Western
makes-
astrology.
Exactly.
Okay.
Ganun
How
talaga siya.
different is it? Like, paano mo ba explain kung gano'n siya kaiba? Kasi sa mga normal people, astrology is astrology.
Oo nga.
A lot
Akala
of
ko nga
people
rin.
are saying, there was a teacher was telling me that actually the elements also correspond pala to certain planets. Like wood is connected, I think, to the planet Jupiter. No. Because when you talk about in Western astrology, when you talk about Jupiter, it's talking about expansion. No. And in the same way, a wood will always expand. No. So parang ganun siya. So meron daw eh. But personally, hindi ko siya inaaral. Yeah. So like that. So that's the fun part about Patsa. Kasi like we could also from there we could understand your strengths and weaknesses. No? You can understand your strengths and weaknesses. There are like parang gifts more or less kung ano yung go-to energy mo that you will use.
Basa.
Like
For me, for example.
for Kay,
sige.
na-flip ko na balik kay Kay eh. Swapang Kay.
What? Di, ano ba?
Si Kay, actually, nagninegosyo ka. May negosyo ka.
Meron ka dati.
May negosyo kami.
Ay, oo.
Were you pretty good being an entrepreneur? Would you say?
Hindi eh. Kasi nagkaroon ako ng online business.
Okay.
O yun sa lip balm. So, may mga bumibili. Ang problema ko, yung hindi sila nagbabayad, hindi sila nagtutuloy. So, ang ginawa ko, sa inis ko, pinamigay ko yung stocks ko.
Okay. So the funny thing is, actually, when you have strong indirect wealth in your chart, no? When you have strong indirect wealth, people say that magaling ka makahanap ng opportunity sa negosyo. Pero hindi ka rin yung type ng tao na kumikita based on yung sweldo, yung regular na sweldo. Parang mas gusto mo is very entrepreneurial yung energy mo. But your next energy kasi is 7 killings, which is very aggressive. Siya yung tipong pag napikon ka, talagang bahala ka na.
Ayun.
So that's the number 2 kasi.
Nag-agree na lang si
Yun
Jeannie.
nga, si 7 killing.
Oh, kilala ko na si
Huwag
Kay.
mo masyadong pansinin kasi yung translation
Word na
because that's a direct translation from the Chinese text, no. So for reference, they call it 7 killings. So pag may ganung energy, usually yun usually palaban.
Ay, nako.
Yung ayaw magpatalo. No? Parang hindi pa nga siya competitive in a way. Siya yung mas aggressive lang. Medyo warrior princess ang dating.
Parang totoo.
Princess. You got the right word, princess.
Warrior princess talaga yung energy niya. Hayaan mo ganun din ako eh.
Princess?
Sometimes. For you naman, ikaw mahilig ka sa nice stuff sa buhay.
Oh my God,
Oo naman.
Nice food, nice drinks.
Oo, nice clothes.
Cute-cute lang. Ganon talaga yung buhay mo.
Oo. Tingnan mo yung Shopee cart niyan.
Pero when you apply yourself well, medyo may pagka-disciplinarian ka. Are you disciplinarian with your kids?
Oo. Yeah.
Mas ikaw than Arch.
Lately, yes.
Parang
I
you
have
want
to be.
structure.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's
So
true.
you can see that also in the chart.
Okay.
No? Depende siya
Anong
sa...
term nun?
That's the direct officer kasi. Tapos may pagka-warrior princess ka din.
Okay. Parehas nga kami, diba?
Yung,
Sabi mo.
medyo yung pag... When cornered siguro.
Okay. Okay.
When cornered talagang kung kailangan lalaban ka. Parang ganun. Ganun yung energy niya eh. No. There are some people kasi hindi eh. Yung pag na corner sila, iyak na lang.
Si Jeline yun.
Ay, oo.
Yeah, me more or less me ganun. So it's really fun kasi I've worked with some parents also to understand their kids better. Oo. Kasi minsan sinasabi ko, kaya naman kayo hindi nagkakasundo kasi you both want two different things. You process the world differently. No? And it's not just like a Gen Alpha and millennial or a boomer thing. It's really just based on the elements. Medyo ito kasi yung comfort zone niya. Ganito talaga siya mag-operate.
Not a generational
No,
thing.
it could, well, they say it is a generational thing kasi like in Chinese in feng shui and all, we go by cycles. No, so we're
Every 12 cycles
eh,
ka ba yun?
actually hindi, it's a 60-year cycle.
Okay.
It's a 60-year cycle kasi may 5 elements. Tapos may 12 animals. So 5 times 60,
Wow.
5 times 12, 60.
Oo.
So it's a cycle.
Hindi ka na.
Multiplication, nag-aaral sila.
Yeah, minemorize ko yun nung bata akong sasakyan.
I have a question pa.
Oh.
Di ba, ang Chinese astrology ay nagbabase sa birthday, birth time. Nagmamatter din ba kung yung delivery nung nanay, kung CS or normal? Hindi. Kasi 'di ba
Or premature.
we get to choose kasi kung CS, yung date nung ano.
Actually, on reverse, I have clients who approached me to select a good chart for hindi lang good date. Meron kasi iba good delivery date. No, just picking a good date to
Akala ko sa
deliver.
wedding lang yun. Oo nga, no, pwede pala piliin
meron
din.
iba who go as far as I want to reverse engineer my son's or daughter's destiny. Or birth chart, basically. So, pag ginagawa ko yun, parang I spend siguro a day or two. Parang ang dami kong, kasi okay, given naman na yung year eh. Wala ka na magagawa. Pwedeng stop. Yung month, medyo given din yan. So, naglalaro kami sa day and hour. No? So, ano yung best time? The funny thing is, dito ata hindi siya masyado, although I've had a few, no? In other countries, in other Chinese-speaking countries, no, in Hong Kong in particular, talagang, serious sila about it. To the point na, sabi ng teacher ko, na parang if the doctor, your OB, finds out na nag-consult ka, parang ang singil sa'yo ng OB times 5.
Talaga?
Dahil meron kang pang-consult.
Oo.
Just for
Basically.
that.
Oo. Sobrang mahal daw. Talagang medyo gagato. Pero kasi, sabi ko nga, kasi naman, siguro they'll charge you more kasi they have to move other clients or...
Oo, paano kung hindi sila available kasi at that
Oo.
Knowing nga na para
sometimes
doon.
Kasi
Diba?
kung ang pinili sa'yo nung feng shui consultant is like 2 a.m. Sino gusto magpa-CS ng 2 a.m., di ba? So yun. So I guess I understand in a way. Pero malaki daw yung... kumbaga, may multiplier. Pag nagpatingin ka raw ng feng shui, if the doctor finds out. Ganun.
How, total, napag-usapan na din natin yung destiny, no, and yung relationship niya sa feng shui, dun sa astrology. In your opinion, dahil ikaw yung expert, how much of it is reliant on what you do versus dun sa galaw ng tao?
So I always begin my consultation, no. I like to begin my consultation with parang a saying na parang at the tuloy nakalimutan ko, no. Parang ano siya, there are things that are destined or predetermined at the time of your birth, no. So heaven has given you something, but what you do with those things is what makes your destiny in this life, no. For me, parang ano siya like in feng shui or Chinese metaphysics, there's always this, they say there's this trinity of heaven, earth, and man, no. So parang sa heaven, yan yung planets, yan yung binigay sa'yo at the time of your birth, what was destined. Pinanganak ka sa Pilipinas. Hindi mo naman pinili yun eh. Pinanganak ka in a certain family, diba? Even your strengths and weaknesses, more or less, somewhat based on BaZi, we believe it's determined in a way because of your birth chart, no. Tapos feng shui comes in to answer earth, no. How are you in relation to earth? Are you living harmoniously with the energies of earth, no? Then lastly, man. That's you. That's your action, no. I've had one client who came to me and asked, kailan ako siswertihin? Sabi ko, kung sinabi ko sa'yo bukas, kung hindi ko naman magtatrabaho, wala akong magawa. Diba? Even if sabihin natin tomorrow you'll be very lucky, but even buying a lotto ticket you don't want to, wala mangyari. Diba? So there's that, a lot of it actually comes with human action.
Oo. So parang siyang pareho sa, kunwari, sa religion natin, like nasa Diyos ang awa, nasa tao ang gawa.
Kasi
So,
nung kwento ko lang, nung bata ako, may lola ako, great-grandmother actually, na binasahan niyo, nagbasa siya, palm reader siya. So binasahan niya ako, sasabi niya sa akin, tatanda to, magiging CEO to, or magiging leader to. Hindi na ako gumalaw. Tapos hanggang ngayon, tatawa, ba't di pa ako CEO? So tawa din pala siya.
o baka gusto mo lang talagang kalabanin yung lola mo.
Go against the lawless
Pwede
beliefs.
din.
But the funny thing, no, kasi
Here's some love advice, ha? Love isn't just about flowers or chocolates. Minsan, it's in the quiet, thoughtful things, like making sure the home is clean, calm, and ready for rest, not stress. Kasi kung may time mag-away, dapat may time rin maglinis, or better yet, magpalinis. With Cleanworks, trained professionals take care of the mess so couples can focus on what matters, each other. Message at Cleanworks PH on Instagram or Facebook, or call 09662-006910 to book a cleaning today. Because love grows best in clean, quiet spaces.
pero sa bagay, in a way, totoo din yan. Kasi ako naman, kasi my lola consulted a master also in Hong Kong when we were kids. Pinapakonsult niya lahat ng apo niya. Tapos, although hindi niya man nakwento lahat, kasi, well, Chinese din yung lola ko, so ang hirap ng translation, no? Ang sabi raw nung tumingin ng chart ko was, when I grow up, magpapari daw or magiging abogado. No? So, and my life was almost like that, no? So I was thinking, when I was in Xavier, so I was thinking about that of entering priesthood, pero parang never mind. Pero nung college naman, what I did was I studied philosophy. So it's one step na lang. Maglo-law na ako. Hindi pa rin, di ba?
But you know about the
Medyo
premonition.
parang narinig ko na yun. The explanation kasi was my day master. Well, the possible explanation was my day master was yin water. When you talk about yin water, it's somebody who's very mysterious. But not just very mysterious, but they're connected to their intuition. They're very connected to their intuition and their spirituality. And probably lost in translation between somebody very old looking at the chart. Ang alam lang niyang concept magpapare, 'di ba? It's gonna be you'll do some spiritual work. Because that's the leaning of your day master. And then yung pinag-usapan natin kanina, I have a very strong 7 killings. No. So when you have strong 7 killings, bagay pang abogado. Kasi palaban Palaban yung energy. It could be a litigator and such. So parang yung siguro yung inexplain sa lola ko, yun lang rin yung naintindihan niya. So, yun yung nakwento sa akin. So, and then I forgot all about it until I picked up my studying parts of myself. And then I realized, itong ginagawa ko rin ngayon, I guess it's a very spiritual path din. So, sabi ko, okay, then I guess yun na nga lang rin yun. Tama rin yung reading.
na-misinterpret ang along the way.
Along the way, may lost in translation.
Lost in translation.
Di ba, yung mga Gen Z ngayon, parang big deal sa kanila yung astrology. Like,
Pero
what's your
more
sign?
Western, no?
Yung mga ganun. What's your sign?
Pisces.
Ay, kunwari, Capricorn ka, hindi ako pwede
Arising,
sa'yo.
may mga arising,
Yung kumbaga
arising.
parang, is it accurate?
Actually, may mga nagpapatingin sa akin ng couples. Kung match yung charts nila. No, usually the mother-in-law. The mother-in-law comes to me. Ito birthday ng anak kong lalaki.
The child knowing?
Well, probably alam in a way kasi tinanong yung birth hour.
Okay.
Diba? Pero kung oblivious yung
Yung
bride, baka hindi. Diba? So minsan tinitingnan kung match ba sila. Kasi I mean, it's very common knowledge. Actually, it's very common knowledge already sa Philchai communities. Na parang,
Kausyaw?
basta 6 years apart, hindi talaga bagay. Because what we call that is both animal signs, if you're 6 years
Are
apart,
clashing?
you're clashing. No? So, is it true? I've seen some cases na talagang clash. Ang may case nga akong nakita na
6 years apart, kahit na younger girl or older.
regardless, basta
Okay,
6
6
years
years
apart.
na gap,
Kasi
ah.
halimbawa, like this year is the year of the snake. Ang kaaway niya is pig. So they're 6 years apart kasi. So, minsan, malala yung clash. Minsan may different lang ng personalities, no? Minsan ganun talaga. So, have I seen it work? May nakausap ako na yung husband niya was like that, no? 6 years apart sila ata. Tapos, hindi talaga sila, no?
So paano naghiwalay sila? Or is
Well,
there a
honestly,
way
kasi, is there a way
to yung
metaphysically?
to still
I honestly
get along?
feeling ko wala. But understanding that
6 years apart kami ni Anton eh.
Si Agnes, tsaka si Choco.
but if you are aware that
awareness is important.
awareness is, 'di ba sabi ni G.I. Joe, knowledge is half the battle. Right. Knowledge is half the battle ata. So knowing that there
Knowledge is
are
power.
potential
Kasi po pala yung knowledge is power. Si
Si
Ernie
Ernie
Baron.
Baron yata eh.
Si Ernie Baron yun eh. Hindi, pero
May biyak sa likod.
it's knowledge is half the battle. Knowing is half the battle ata.
Knowing
So, knowing is
Pero
half the
pwedeng
battle.
pangontra. For example, what you're wearing. For example, if you know that 6 years could be like a
Okay. So
problem for couples.
okay, there's like two schools. There's like when I studied online, it was a very modern approach. So wala talagang pang-contra. The only pang-contra there is, you know that that's an issue, then you iwasan or you be more understanding,
be more
no? Baka
understanding.
naman
Be more
lang,
understanding.
baka naman kasi, because the year pillar, for example, the year pillar talks about your ancestry, talks about how you grew up, your early childhood years. It could also talk about how you present yourself to society or how society sees you, no? So, kung halimbawa you're a pig, you're more the way you present yourself or how you grew up is, it talks about generosity, gentleness, baboy. I mean, big
Ako pig,
ganun
year of the
eh.
pig ako eh.
So,
Parehas kayo ni
so
Agnes pig.
that's more or less how you want to present yourself rin, di ba? But that's also how you grew up.
Pero
no?
gap ni GB, 5 years. 4 pa
So,
lang.
ganun yung concept mo. Pero whereas pag si Snake, which is yung kalaban niya, this is more of about somebody who wants to keep on transforming. Kasi snakes shed their skin, di ba? So, it's always about transformation. It's also about strategy, no? Kasi ang snake, when they hunt, talagang strategy yun eh. Hindi naman sila yung maglalakad lang eh. They'll wait, diba? Tapos ambush. So isipin mo yun. Talagang hindi sila magiging magkakasundo if may isang pig tsaka isang ano. Even if it's not even the day master, no? The day pillar yung pinoproblema. It's just the year. Medyo, in a way, they grew up differently. So yun lang. So understanding that, then you minimize also some
aware
clashes. Oo.
Ikaw ba, Chino, year of the pig din?
No.
Ano year mo?
Thank you for that wonderful question.
Grabe.
Hindi.
Alam mo, ever
Alam
since
mo,
ka
magkasing
talaga
edad
eh,
kasi sila.
Diana eh.
Akala mo magkasing edad, year of the pig daw siya.
Okay.
Hindi mas bata.
Hindi, ako year of the rabbit ako, 87. Oo.
87.
Oh my God, you're so young.
Yes.
Oh, bata pa yun si Chino.
Oo.
So, anong year of the rat? Anong usual?
Rabbit nga
correct?
eh. Not
Rabbit.
listening, not listening.
Pilit mo talaga eh. No?
Pipilit niya yung pig.
Pa.
Oo na, sige, pig, sige.
Diba?
Rabbit.
So rabbit. So when you look at the rabbit, it's elegant, it's gentle. Gentle ba?
KT lang hindi.
Hindi lang hindi.
Alam mo, actually, she brings out that in people.
Tama.
So, I understand that. No, so yun. So it's quite fun to look at people's charts. Medyo, yeah. So yun. Tapos,
You mentioned earlier, meron ka ng konting view of what 2026 will be.
2026 would be a fire horse year.
Okay.
Ang scary kasi when, so I sat down with my teacher, my master, no. So he also gave us the pointers for next year. So kasi it's a one in 60 year occurrence kasi, no. So it's once in 60 years that the fire horse happens. No, like we talked a while ago, diba? It's 5 times 12, diba? The last time this happened kasi sabi niya, ang daming nangyari na medyo connected sa fire globally, no? Connected sa fire. It was also a very hot year, no? So probably this next year will be a very hot year for everybody. So I'm not sure kung El Nino ba, but yun yung sinabi niya. Tapos may point din siya na actually 1966 1966 maraming plane crashes.
Okay.
Yeah, so maraming plane crashes. So sabi niya possible that if you look at it in a cycle, no, then that might happen also next year.
Recurring.
Yeah,
for
parang
those
ganon.
past years.
Actually, before just coming here while waiting outside, I was reading an article about somebody who, an article about how quantum physics finally discovered that luck isn't as random,
Okay.
but actually is a hidden pattern.
Okay.
So if you think about it, like a 60-year cycle or Chinese metaphysics or BaZi or even astrology, we look at patterns. No? We look at patterns. So baka nga suddenly totoo yun, di ba? So suddenly nagulat rin ako. So sabi ko, well, I guess it makes sense. No, it makes sense. So next year raw would be good for business. Because the fire energy
Lalo
will
sa life
probably...
insurance, no?
Hindi naman siguro. Hindi, pero kasi medyo mas magiging upbeat, no? Kasi fire elements eh. So there's a lot of movement, a lot of So it could be good draw for business, no?
Okay.
Personally, I haven't really sat down kasi it's a little bit early pa. And I really want to check other teachers, no? Kasi yun yung mahirap sa akin. I like to
Second
research.
opinion.
Yeah, no, I really like to
good.
research.
Oo.
I really wrote down nung parang last month I started writing down my thoughts. And then syempre ayokong sabihin. Tapos inantay ko yung mga teachers ko. Syempre sila mas magaling eh. They've done this for 10, 20, 30 years. 50 years maybe. So, syempre, saka lang ako okay, so I guess tama to. This one, not so much kasi hindi niya mention. So, parang these things, no? So, sabi nila rin, parang sabi, I remember my teacher was saying that people who like fire would probably be, people who like water. Might be good next year. Kasi
Extinguishing
to the fire, water is actually the wealth element. No. So in a way, it might be very lucky raw. Nandito pala yung notes ng teacher ko. So I wrote it down. So sino ba yun? Yeah, magulo yung notes ko. So
Gusto ko rin yung ginawa mo na pag kunyari may current social issues, you make a reading for it.
yeah.
Yung kay Diskaya.
Yeah, yung kay Diskaya. In fairness, I got busy after that. No, ang dami ko naging inquiries.
Naging viral yung post mo na yun. May a lot
Slight,
of, yeah.
slight. Yeah. Pero I don't know if I want to keep on using it kasi medyo...
Bakit pinagpa-feng shui na ba sa'yo ng ghost project?
Wala naman. Buti na lang wala. Wala naman atang ifo-feng shui kung ghost project.
Wala. Walang i-build eh.
But yeah, but then yung like in my practice, I mean, ang daming nagtatanong kailan best mag-start ng construction. Kailan best magpakasal. Usually kasal is a favorite thing eh. Or moving houses, when to move houses, when to move in.
Yung gusto kong tanungin pala is connection sa ghost. Bakit nagsastop yung mga Chinese when it comes to Ghost Month?
Okay. So in Ghost Month kasi, okay, this is mostly a folk belief naman. So it's not strictly Buddhist, it's not strictly Taoist. So the concept behind it is naniniwala ang Chinese that during the 7th lunar month, no, the gates of the underworld open.
Okay.
So lahat ng mga multo dun go to the surface. They say kasi either people, some people call it ghost month, some people call it hungry ghost festival. The concept behind the hungry ghost was these are because of their karma they cannot eat. No? Whatever touches their mouth, no, whatever energy that touches their mouth becomes ash. So hindi talaga, so forever
Kaya
buhay nila, hindi
hungry
sila
talaga
makakain
sila.
talaga.
Oo.
So parang they're only allowed this period to come to the surface to eat. Parang ganun. That's why.
Din ako di nung sinabi mo yung hungry. Grabe talaga di.
Rinig ko yung chan mo.
Grabe ka.
Ganto ba yung tunog?
And that's why feeling ng maraming Chinese pag maraming ganon, ayaw nilang do like they don't want to get married kasi baka ang daming kung
Ayaw nila ng
ano-ano.
risk.
Oo. Ang daming kung ano-ano, get married, start a business, sign contracts and stuff.
Makes sense
So,
naman kasi
iwas
it's
lang.
about their future.
Correct. So usually ganun talaga siya. Yun. So that's
Kasi yung comedians din, like si Stanley Chi and si Ansis.
Hindi sila nag-show.
hindi talaga sila nag-show.
Hindi sila nag-shows. Ako nag-show ako, walang taong pumunta.
Ay, hindi
Oh,
ka
yun na
naman
nga,
Chinese.
sakto.
Yes, so talagang may proof siya.
Chinese yan, pero hindi naman siya nag-practice ng Chinese.
Pero-
Hindi siya traditional.
That's sabagay, totoo naman. It sometimes yun kasi it's all about the conditioning na din eh.
Right.
So I know some people who even don't travel during ghost month.
No, I heard about that also.
Kasi ayaw nila sumakay ng eroplano and stuff or sumakay
Nothing
ng
to lose naman
ships.
So,
Do anything during
kung
those times.
ganyan ba yung, kuya, yung belief ng isang tao, again, I don't mean to debunk, pero gaano kalaki yung factor na nangyari to dahil sa ghost month versus nangyari to because of other external factors? Diba? Nalugi yung business mo dahil nagnakaw yung partner mo. Diba? Is it because nagnakaw yung partner mo or is it because of ghost month?
Probably dahil nagnakaw yung partner mo.
Yeah, right?
Oh,
So,
I'll leave it at nagnakaw yung partner mo. Pero I guess I haven't actually met anybody who started
A business.
a business during ghost month. No.
okay.
Even when I started my online presence last year, kasi although I was studying, medyo medyo nahihiya pa ako. One, nahihiya pa ako. Medyo two, parang feeling ko I'm not ready. So I kept on enrolling and studying. No? So what happened was last year parang sabi ko, sige na nga, mag-start na nga lang ako just to put a Facebook page, Instagram, and then kahit ako pinilit ko, like photo finish ako the day before ghost month. Talagang hinabol ko as in I had to like parang that night I had to like sige na, if we want to do it, let's do it na now. No? So ginawa ko siya buong gabi. I created my IG page, I created the Facebook page. So ganun. So I haven't met actually somebody who actually started. Although sabi nga nung friend ko, may kilala daw siya na pinanganak during ghost month. Ano daw, hindi naman malas siya, pero parang lakas niya magdala ng malas.
May balat siya sa puwet.
May balat siya sa puwet. Parang ganun daw. So, I don't know. No? I honestly not sure. Kasi people are born during that month. Imposible namang
pipigilan
hindi
yun eh.
Next month ka na lang.
Oo, hirap naman
Kasi,
nun.
although, here, may lumapit sa akin during ghost month last year asking if pwede magpa-opera. Okay. Surgery. Usually, people avoid also surgery. Sabi ko, makakaantay pa. Kasi kung hindi makakaantay, we don't have a choice.
Oo, tama.
Pag sinabi ng doctor, you have to do it now. Alam mo naman sabi mo, Sir, Doc, ghost month eh, huwag mo munang operan. Baka wala na tayo.
Sabihin sa yung doctor,
diba?
Patay ka na sa next
Ikaw na
month.
yung
Baka yan yung maging ghost.
Ikaw yung magiging ghost tanga.
So I remember that time, I said,
What can you do sa ghost month?
So here's the thing. In feng shui, we don't really 100% believe it.
Okay.
Ghost month, we don't really 100% believe it as far as date selection is concerned. No, kasi date selection, you are able to find good days even in ghost month. So as long as you find a good day, a good hour. Kasi ganun din siya eh, di ba? Parang, basically, it's like a chart din. So you just make sure na walang nag-aaway sa chart. Eh di, more or less.
Balance.
Balance na yan. Okay na yan.
And time,
Let's
and day.
let's just hope and pray for the best then. But at the same time, parang okay, this is the best that we can do given our options that we need to make an operation today. Then this is probably the best time that we do it. Then let's do it. Parang ganon.
So, eto, last from my end. Yung, nabanggit mo, hope and pray, no? May relation ba ito sa Christianity and sa Catholic faith natin?
Feng Shui is actually very agnostic.
Okay.
Walang religion dyan. So, if, kaya minsan nakikita ko, although faith is very important. I believe faith is very important. But regardless of kung anong religion mo. Diba?
Sa stars to eh.
Oh, so regardless, if you want to still believe in a Christian God, sila naman kasi yung medyo against these things no? Catholicism and Christianity in general. Sila yung medyo against doon. No? But I guess for me, as long as you're a good person also, but parang for me, depends sa faith mo eh. Kung it's even like it goes as far as like people who manifest.
Ayun.
Diba? Hindi naman kailangan na may
It's what you
particular
believe.
God.
What you
believe in.
Attract
What you believe you
attract.
attract. Right. So parang ganun lang siya. Not necessary talaga na you have to put dahil nagpa-feng shui ka, kailangan Buddha statue yung ilalagay mo, diba? And that's one of the things siguro, like for me in feng shui, it's one of the things that I prefer a more modern approach, no? Less about
superstitious.
like kasi meron mga iba na parang okay, this year maglalagay ka ng statue in this corner, next year ililipat mo siya sa kabilang corner. So parang minsan, or meron mga iba yung next year you have to change. Ano gagawin mo dun sa iba? Change yung statue, papalitan mo siya, next year iba daw. Tatapon mo. It feels very wasteful lang for me. So parang
Yung mga sinusuot mo, does it have like a connection with astrology?
No. This is
Okay.
purely just
Fashion.
aesthetic.
Pero di ba some stones
Yeah.
like
They
elicit
are,
a certain
they are.
energy?
Like,
Crystals
like
and
this
stones.
is a citrine, so this is parang wealth or prosperity stone. Turquoise, actually, I believe it's a protection stone. They use it, especially the Native Americans, yung mga Indians.
Di ba yung mga date of birth, meron din mga birthstone,
Yes,
mga ganon.
meron din.
So may ibig sabihin
in Chinese
din.
metaphysics, in feng shui parang wala. It's more of a Western thing, yung birthstones.
So Western pala. Kasi pearl sa akin eh.
Pearl din ako, June. Parehas pearl din ako.
I think it's more Western lang. Pero also, understanding your chart, no? The thing with when doing patsa is what we advocate is for a balance in the chart. We don't really say na, oh, you're a fire, you're heavy in fire, dagdagan pa natin ng fire, eh, sunog ka na. So we need to keep on balancing. So understanding that, okay, how to balance your chart, so we need to increase some of the elements. Then usually, kasi honestly sa China dati, although I haven't really studied or researched it, pero very konti lang naman yung stones na ginagamit nila eh. They're not, they don't, I don't even know if they have like amethyst and all these other stones, parang jade. And then carnelian. I think carnelian was something very, and pearl, no? But, so normally for me, when people ask me, minsan hinahabol ko na lang sa kulay. No? So if like we need to balance somebody who's very earth, no, we want a little bit more wood to control the earth, then I'll probably give them like, kung they really want a color, then let's just work with green. So if you want like green stones, whether it's peridot, emerald, kung mayaman ka, so diba, so ganon, yun yung ginagawa ko. But I rarely do, kasi I also know kasi may ibang people who practice, like, I think it's mas Vedic, the Indian or Hindu astrology. Mas particular sila with the stone. Mas inaaral nila yung stones and how they relate to a planet and then how it affects that person. So meron ganun din.
Ang vast pala nitong
Oo,
reading.
maraming iba-ibang kwentuhan dyan. Mahaba-haba.
Where can listeners find you if they have
Well,
questions
I'm
or if they want
on
to consult?
IG.
Okay.
I'm on IG and Facebook. It's fengshui.go. Go. Yeah. Yeah.
Easy to remember.
It's really easy to remember. My teacher in Hong Kong is Grandmaster Raymond Lo. So, kasi nung nag-aaral ako sa kanya, yung tagline niya is Feng Shui Lo. Kasi Grandmaster Raymond Lo. So, sabi ng mga kaklase ko doon, ikaw si Feng Shui, go.
Oo, tama.
Tapos parang after nun, sabi ko, shit, anong gagamitin ko? Sorry. So, anong gagamitin kong tag, handle sa Instagram? Sabi ko, nga, Feng Shui go na lang para it's easy. Feng Shui and go. Pwede na yun. Okay na. Last name ko. And let's go, diba? So, yun yung ginamit ko.
Okay, thank you. Do you have more
nga,
questions?
thank you. Any other
Thank you,
question?
Kessler.
Thank you.
Kessler.
Super thank you. I had fun.
So mula sa ka-boses ninyong, ang nakikita ko dito, Mahjong, jeannie.laccay.
At mula sa ka-boses niyong paninindigan ko na Year of the Pig si Chino, di kami ang Lady Bosses!
Breathe in and out. You deserve peace, and sometimes peace starts with a clean home. With CleanWorks, you don't just get a spotless space, you get mental clarity, professional cleaners, systematic service, hygienic, safe, and stress-free. Let CleanWorks handle the mess so you can focus on what truly matters: rest, family, or just your time. Clean space, calm mind. Book now at CleanWorks PH on Instagram or Facebook, or call 0966 200 6910 to schedule your cleaning. Because self-care starts at home.
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.